Hey Birchouse friends, welcome back. So we missed last week's Hey Birchouse. I had some custom orders that I needed to get wrapped up, and so I just skipped Hey Birchouse entirely, but we're back this week. So this week's question comes from Darren Brendel, who asks, Hey Birchouse, what is your favorite polearm? And this was a really serendipitous question because the weather's really nice, so I was able to step out of the workshop and I can show off some halberds. Now, because we are outside, we do have some traffic, so it's just going to get a little loud, but we will deal with it. So, I have always been smitten with the halberd, especially these crescent-shaped halberds. And I think that they tickle a part of my brain just really likes the aesthetic. Now, because of their unique shape, these are not by any stretch a perfect weapon. They have a lot of little liabilities because of their shape. You know, this is not a good cutting head necessarily. This is incurved axe, or not for general cutting, is what I should say. Now, it does feature that fearsome point for thrusting, and a pretty good hook for hooking and stabbing with. But they're by no means a perfect weapon. They're very they have their own niche they fill. However, I've just always loved the look of the crescent-shaped halberd. Now, having said all that, very recently, in the last, I don't know, several months or so, there's another polearm that I have become very smitten with. One that I had actually most of my time in martial arts and HEMA and in this, in building, I've kind of overlooked, and it's a big one. It's the English bill. Now, this weapon is pretty well associated with the English, although you do see it all over medieval Europe. But it, like I said, very closely associated with the English, and you can even look at things like the Battle of Flodden, where a lot of historians think that the bill gave the English an advantage over Scottish forces. And the bill is just a great weapon. It's got that nice fearsome point on the back for stabbing with. You got a nice little spear point. And of course, you have that big, heavy chopping blade on the front that lets you both hook and chop. And just a really cool halberd. I've become very smitten with the bill in recent months. Now, I will add a wild card entry for something that I've always also been that's always kind of tickled my fancy, and that is the poleaxe. Once again, a very fills a very niche role. This is not a very good common, or not, I shouldn't say common, a versatile weapon. It has very specific roles to fill, but it does feature that light axe head for chopping, a hammerhead for bashing, and of course a little thrusting point. And I've always really just liked the poleaxe. Just a very cool weapon. So those are my favorite polearms. Now, let's draw a question for next week, because we did not get a common question. And next week's question will come from Ian Evans. So we'll answer this question next week. In the meantime, if you ever have a question for Birchouse, comment below with Hey Birchouse, ask, and we'll answer in a future video. In the meantime, we'll see you all next Wednesday. Before we go, I want to shout out one more polearm that I really, really like, and I don't actually own one. I haven't built one before, neither have I bought one or built one, and that is the Japanese naginata. Insanely cool feudal weapon from feudal Japan, very closely associated with women. Just a really cool, very effective polearm, and I forgot to mention it, so that's my bad. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Welcome to Birchouse, where history meets art.